Have you ever noticed how most people panic when they're alone for too long? They immediately grab their phone, text someone, scroll endlessly, turn on the TV just for background noise. But then there's this rare group of people who actually enjoy solitude. They sit in silence and feel calm. They spend entire weekends alone and feel recharged, not lonely, not anxious, just content. According to psychological research, only about 8% of people can truly enjoy being alone without feeling lonely. And if you're one of them, this isn't random. There's deep psychology behind why you're wired this way. Let's break it down. Number 1, you have a strong internal locus of control. Most people depend on external validation to feel good about themselves. They need compliments, they need likes, they need constant reassurance from others that they matter. But you've developed what psychologists call an internal locus of control. This means your sense of worth comes from within. You don't need someone else to tell you you're doing okay. You know it yourself, and that's rare. This trait is directly linked to emotional independence. You've learned that happiness isn't something you find in others, it's something you create for yourself. When you're alone, you don't feel like something is missing because your emotional foundation doesn't depend on anyone else. This is why solitude feels peaceful to you, not empty. Number 2, you've mastered emotional self-regulation. Here's what happens to most people when they're alone. Their mind starts racing, they overthink, they replay past mistakes, they worry about the future, their emotions spiral, and that's when loneliness kicks in. Not because they're physically alone, but because they can't handle their own thoughts. But you've trained your brain differently. You've developed emotional self-regulation. This is a psychological skill that allows you to process emotions without needing someone else to calm you down. When negative thoughts come up, you don't panic, you observe them, you sit with them, you let them pass. This is actually a core principle of mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy, and the fact that you can do this naturally means you've developed a rare level of emotional maturity. Most people avoid being alone because they're running from themselves. You don't need to run because you've made peace with your own mind. Number 3, you recharge through solitude, not social interaction. There's a concept in psychology called social energy, and people fall into 2 categories. Extroverts gain energy from being around others. Introverts lose energy from social interaction and need solitude to recharge. But here's the thing, not all introverts enjoy being alone. Some introverts still feel lonely when they're by themselves. They crave connection but feel drained by it. It's exhausting. But if you're part of that 8%, you don't just tolerate solitude, you actively seek it because it's your reset button. After a long day, you don't think, I need to talk to someone. You think, I need time to myself. And this isn't antisocial behavior, it's self-awareness. You understand your energy system. You know what drains you and what restores you. And that clarity gives you control over your emotional state. Most people don't have that. They feel restless alone, but exhausted around people. You've found balance. Number 4, you have a rich inner world. Most people get bored when they're alone because their mind needs constant stimulation. Without external entertainment, they feel empty. But you can spend hours just thinking, reflecting, daydreaming, creating ideas. Your inner world is so active that solitude never feels boring. Psychologists call this trait high introspection. It means you naturally process life on a deeper level. You don't just experience things, you analyze them. You think about why people behave the way they do. You replay conversations and notice patterns. You imagine future possibilities. Your mind is constantly working, and that's why you don't need someone else to entertain you. You entertain yourself. This is also linked to creativity. Studies show that people who enjoy solitude tend to be more creative because creativity thrives in quiet spaces. When you're alone, your brain has room to wander, to connect ideas, to think differently. Most people can't access that space because they're too distracted by external noise. Number 5, you don't confuse being alone with being lonely. Here's the biggest psychological difference. Most people think alone equals lonely. They use the words interchangeably, but they're not the same. Being alone is a physical state. Being lonely is an emotional state. You can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely, and you can be completely alone and feel perfectly content. The 8% understand this distinction. They've realized that loneliness isn't caused by lack of people.
It's caused by lack of connection, and connection doesn't require physical presence. You can feel connected to yourself, to your purpose, to your thoughts, to the world around you. When you're alone, you're not disconnected, you're just present with yourself. And that's a skill most people never developed. They've been conditioned to believe that being alone is something to fear, that it means something is wrong with them. But you've unlearned that belief. You've realized that solitude is actually a form of self-love. It's choosing your own company and finding value in it. So what does all of this mean? If you're part of that rare 8%, you're not broken, you're not antisocial, you're not weird. You're just emotionally intelligent in a way most people aren't. You've developed the ability to be your own source of peace. And in a world that constantly tells us we need others to be happy, that's actually a superpower. Because the truth is, the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have. And if you can enjoy your own company, you'll never feel truly alone, even when you're by yourself. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more psychology that explains why you are the way you are. And drop a comment if you're part of the 8%. Let's see how rare we really are.